Good evening. This is Marley from the Black Father Support Group. Um, Please excuse the ridiculous beard. I do need to get a trim, but this is just a quick video update. It was interesting because it really kind of followed on from what I was speaking about last week at the end of our last session at the Black Father Support Group, talking about future proofing. I got a message from Aston on the Black Father Support Group WhatsApp group, and it was talking about this thing with Barclays Bank. I'm sure you've already heard about it, but it said this for those who haven't heard. After centuries of bleeding the continent of Africa and the Caribbean dry, Barclays has closed all Jamaican accounts. What this means for my sister and her husband, retired in Jamaica, is that A, after banking with Barclays for 50 years, they were told over the phone that they no longer had an account, after having received written communication that they met the criteria for keeping the UK bank account that they had held for 50 years. B, when asked for their money that was in the account when closed, they were told that their money was being held in a holding account to which they will have no access. And C, when they were asked where their respective pensions were, they were told that Barclays Bank returned several months' pensions back to their pension providers. It goes on to say that we need to do something. He's writing to the banking ombudsman, he also goes on to say that those of us looking to leave the plantation, trust me that 40 acres and a mule will not be forthcoming. Today our bank accounts, tomorrow our pensions. My sister is both right now due to Barclays contempt for Jamaican. Let me read that again. My sister is without both right now due to Barclays' contempt for Jamaicans. So that's what's going on. If you are in that situation, I'm really sorry to hear that. And for those of us who are not in that situation, this is another wake-up call. This is another thing that you need to be thinking about when you're trying to decide how you future-proof your affairs for yourself and your family. You know, are you the sort of person that says, okay, well, you know, I can trust these large organizations to be able to take care of things like, you know, my money and my pension and so on and so forth. What we've seen there is that, you know, those banks can change their mind. What I read when I looked this up was that, you know, they had made an announcement back in 2013 that they were going to remove business from certain countries around the world, and Jamaica being one of them. There was also a appendage to that to say, look, if you've got an account over £100,000, they're still willing to do work with you. Now they use this term to say, you know, they're looking because they want to ensure that they, you know, they don't leave themselves open to fraud. Somehow Jamaica they've now decided is a real problem with that. But at the same time, they also say that if you've got more than £100,000 on your account, they're willing to do work with you. So this is nothing to do with fraud. Personally, I think this is more to do with politics. I think that, you know, very recently, David Cameron went over to Jamaica and the Caribbean to talk about, you know, putting up a brand new prison in Jamaica so that he could then send or deport basically people who have a connection to Jamaica and say, yep, you're not even staying in this country, we're getting rid of you. And what Portia Simpson said was that she really wanted a conversation. She was only interested in having David come to the Caribbean without them having a conversation about reparations. I think this was, you know, a political move. Two fingers up, as it were, to Jamaica for having the audacity to even compare or ask for reparations. Well, I noticed that, you know, the way that she had put it across was she wanted to have a non-confrontational conversation with David Cameron about reparations and about the issue of reparations. However, the response to her non-confrontational conversation was 100% confrontation. It was, we've never done it, we ain't gonna do it, and by the way, you know, you there asking for money, we don't even want your money. So all the money that you actually owe, either take it out or we're keeping it. That's the level that these people are working on. And that's what we need to be aware of when we're, trusting these people to look after our things. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. The Black Father Support Group do not offer financial advice. So I don't want you to look at this as me trying to tell you what to do with your money. I'm struggling too, okay? So please don't do that. But what I can say is that these things happen. And, as Maya Angelou says, when someone shows you who they really are, you need to believe them. I just want to leave that thought with you. This is Marley Morris from the Black Father Support Group, passing on this quick message for you to be able to think about for yourself, your family, and the continuation of that future proofing for you and yours. All right? Speak to you soon on the WhatsApp.